Good morning, everybody, people of the world, people with iPhones and Samsungs as well,
And
or Microsoft. What was that one called? The one that was like kind of
Minecraft?
brickish.
Oh,
Yeah, Minecraft, not brickish,
British?
not the Nokia. Yeah, the Nokia when they went to
Oh,
smartphones.
Nokia,
I
yeah.
used to, I used to think that OS was super cool. When we'd go to the Microsoft store at the mall, and I was like, these are the coolest things in the world, and I think they don't exist anymore.
Nokia?
Yeah, well, they might.
Nokia OS. Symbian. What? OS,
Simlish.
OS means operating system.
Yeah.
So it should be the operating system, Symbian.
Okay, well, you just look at because back when there was actual competition between phone brands,
Hey, Samsung's bringing back the flip phone for some reason.
Samsung's not bringing anything back. They're dead. They're dead in the water.
No, they're not dead in the water.
No one has a Samsung
We're
anymore.
bringing as long once we bring back I don't know, what's that, like Apple has gotten a monopoly where they've forced everyone to get Apple phones, but once people realize that Samsung's better, they'll we'll switch back, and then everyone will start to accept that Apple phones are weird.
No, but they're better though.
I don't know, man.
This is not the purview of our show. Well,
This is my
bonus episode
purview.
on Patreon.
Like
Yeah.
ignoring the fact that I can't explain what I'm trying to say very well. But it's like the equivalent of like Xbox, PlayStation, where they're gonna come out with one, and then PlayStation kicked Xbox's ass, so Xbox just disappeared.
Yeah, that's what Apple has done to
No, that's what
Samsung.
Samsung's gonna do.
How?
Because
Okay, well, I can't argue with that.
yeah, I have to buy storage in my freaking iPhone, man. It's stupid. Just let me have photos. I can't
Oh,
save
I have a
anything.
Google, or not Google, I have a Apple iCloud. I have like 5 terabytes. I can share that with you,
It's a
Because if
lot.
are you on my family plan? It may not be
I
five
am
terabytes, but it's a lot.
I am on your family plan.
Then you probably can just get that. You don't have to buy your own.
No.
I mean, you could pay
All
for
right, I'm
mine
back.
too.
I'm back on iPhone, folks. I'm just kidding.
All right, do you have a Rhys for you page today?
I
That's
did.
not basketball
It's
related?
not basketball related,
Thank Christ.
but I have to remember what it is because this entire week I've been like, this would be a good one, and then now I can't remember it, which is really awkward.
That's okay.
I think it's performance anxiety, you know?
Yeah,
Let
you're
me find
pushing
it.
rope. Come on.
Let me find this, man. Don't worry. I'll speed run.
Okay, well I can cut this out.
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah, but I
I guess
probably
it doesn't
won't.
matter too that much. Who did I'm getting a lot of Fallout memes, which has been fun.
You're getting a lot of what?
Fallout memes.
Oh, I thought you said follow memes. And I was like, people are following you as a meme?
Yeah, it's really nice. I'm one of the like highest rated people on the platform now. Fun
Wow.
fact.
What kind of Fallout memes are you getting?
Some people just talking about the show. Some people like there's a video of have you ever played Fallout?
We've talked about this. I played
You
Fallout
started
4
it?
and I didn't get out of the bunker. Or
Okay,
I
well
did, I
then
don't remember.
because there's something you can do where you like zoom in on the person, you can like select a part of their body to shoot at.
Okay.
And so there's a video of a skeleton throwing a football into like this bear's stomach and then an explosion. It's great.
Okay, well, I don't understand any of that, but it's probably because I've not played the game.
Yeah.
Surely.
So did you ever watch Ghost
Yeah,
Files?
I watched Fallout. We just,
Like
oh
a
no. Wait, Ghost Files?
yeah, or like a BuzzFeed Unsolved. Because I know you
Yeah.
watched YouTube more often than I did.
Yeah, I
Like
really like
that
those
kind of
guys.
YouTube. Did you
Yeah.
hear what they're doing?
No, what are they doing?
They're leaving YouTube and now making essentially a streaming service for them. Like you have to
That's not a
subscribe to watch
surprise.
it. It's
That's not a,
just so stupid.
people, Screen Junkies did that. They didn't leave YouTube, but back in like 2013, 20, I don't know, 15 or something,
Yeah.
Screen Junkies, did you ever watch Screen Junkies?
No,
Honest Trailers and such. They were like,
no.
in terms of the upper echelon, not necessarily of quality, but in popularity of like movie content on
Hmm.
YouTube in the 2010s. They were like maybe the biggest. They did movie fights, honest trailers. At one point, they made an app called like Screen Junkies Universe or
Hmm.
something, and it got various movie reviewers across the platform of YouTube to do their own shows. And it was like $10 a month. You get like, oh, Jeremy Johns does this show. This guy does that show. And I got it. And it was pretty terrible. But that being said, I'm not surprised that Ryan and Shane are doing that because I don't know. I mean, it's kind of bullshit.
No, it is, and everyone's pissed at him, which is very reasonable.
I bet they do a like video in the next couple of weeks where they apologize and say it's optional or like a Patreon or something.
Yeah, like if it was a Patreon, I'm sure everyone would be like, yeah, that's fine because
I mean,
like
they already
everyone
have a
has that.
Patreon, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
So what? Why is Pete? Why? Just
It's to
why?
get slightly more money. But also, okay, so this might be controversial.
Okay.
But I really loved BuzzFeed Unsolved. Whenever I found it, I don't know, whenever like their first episode was, I
Yeah.
just happened to stumble across it and I watched it until they left BuzzFeed.
Hmm.
And it was the only reason I ever watched BuzzFeed. Like I didn't subscribe because BuzzFeed just puts
This
out
sucks.
garbage,
Yeah.
but I would like check fairly frequently to see if they uploaded something new in of that series. But then
Hmm.
they moved to their new channels called Watcher, and they have two new series to kind of, continue BuzzFeed Unsolved Supernatural and BuzzFeed Unsolved True Crime. So they
Hmm.
have Ghost Files and they
Yeah.
have Mystery Files. And honestly, they're both pretty shit. Like, I'm not saying that BuzzFeed is the reason. Like, I don't, not for a second have I ever thought, like, oh, BuzzFeed is the reason this is good. It's because
Hmm.
of them. But now that they have, and this might be rude to say, but I think they've gained a massive ego. I mean, clearly
It
they did.
has to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
clearly they did because they're apparently opening a streaming service for their like pretty decent YouTube content that's not good enough to be like, I don't know. Like if you want to do your own shit like that, just fucking, work for Netflix or something.
Yeah, you can get a show if you really wanted, like a
Yeah.
legitimate show.
And I know like that is also, I don't know, you don't want to trade BuzzFeed for another corporation that might limit your freedom.
Creativity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your creative freedom. But like in Ghost Files, I think is pretty okay. The videos are longer. They have more ghost technologies, which I love because Ghost, I want to make a video on the economy of ghost hunting technology because it's fucking fascinating. There's so much shit that
Like
they
that people
explain.
make and
Yeah,
they
it's like there's some company out there, a tech company, that is putting out this ghost hunting stuff. And it's not cheap, I imagine.
no, no.
But yeah, Ghost Files I think is okay. It's not as fun because that whole premise is Ryan believes in ghosts and he's terrified by them. Shane is like he doesn't believe in ghosts and people joke that he was possessed a long time ago and that's why he never gets scared by anything. He's like,
Okay.
yeah, and like that dynamic was great.
Yeah.
But in Ghost Files, it's still pretty fun, but Ryan's less scared. So, and they don't ever find anything, which is what you
Well, of
expect.
course they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then Mystery Files, they just
Solve mysteries.
no, they don't.
The Scooby-Doo.
No, it's a decent idea. One of them presents to the other one something that happened in the world throughout at some point in history, and it's a mystery of sorts. And at the end, whoever is in the audience, whichever one's not presenting, guesses if it's solved or not.
Oh,
And then they reveal if
okay.
it's solved or not. But like
That's
they're
interesting. They have a 50-50 shot.
well, they also give like if you guess that it's solved, you guess which suspect did it and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But they've gotten super fucking like, in my opinion, really annoying. Like they go on like, oh, they have like little jokes or like Family Guy tangents that go
Cutaways.
on for
Yeah.
way too long. Like not as I probably shouldn't have mentioned the Family Guy thing because it's not cutaways necessarily.
Okay.
It's just they're like rambunctious now, and I find it annoying. I still watch it. I usually bank it up, and then a night where I don't have anything else to watch, I'll just watch all of them.
Okay.
But are you
Yeah.
Googling
I
rambunctious?
was Googling rambunctious. I've heard the word before, but I
You're
didn't
not
actually know what it
subtle.
meant. But yeah, I don't know. I've never got into majority of the YouTube channels everyone loves, so like Rhett and Link. I never
I
liked.
liked them for a while.
Um,
I still do. I don't
the
watch them.
Try Guys, I can't get
Never liked
into.
them. I mean, I
I
don't dislike them. Never watched them.
somewhat liked Smosh, but not that whole
I
lot.
kind of fucking hate Smosh. I love what they're about, just not for me, you know?
Yeah. And the one I actually watched that I feel like everyone else did was Game Theory and stuff, but that's kind of ended because I mean they're still making stuff, but
Right.
I haven't felt any desire to watch it, which kind of sucks.
Should we pivot to a streaming service app called Rand and Rhys Take Your
In
Money
the street,
for
oh,
for
genius.
subpar content?
We make stuff randomly sometimes, and you get
I
one.
can almost guarantee that this app streaming platform that they're going to make, maybe it will do well. It depends on how they go about it, right? Like if they just create, like, let's just say they stick with the Watcher brand and it just becomes like a production company where they
Mhm.
find people and then produce their shows, like that could work. But if it's the same output that they're giving now, but they're charging $10 a month for it, I think people would be upset. But go for your life, man. I don't care.
I think they
Do
want to
whatever.
do higher quality stuff, and so they needed more money for it because they apparently have a huge crew, which I think is crazy. Because I don't know if this is true or not, but I saw a comment saying they had like 25 people that they
I
have to
think they
pay.
probably do.
And that's crazy. What if don't do they just like walk through a building? Like, where are there 25 people there?
Okay, let me see if I can suss this out.
It's us.
Thank you. First time
Um,
using it. Did I use it right? Don't actually know if I did.
I don't think it matters.
They have to have at least, I'd say, two cameramen at the minimum
Because people
just to
editing
get
and stuff.
multiple. Yeah, they need editors, they need writers, even though it's a lot of kind of improvised content. They would need writers to help structure it. They probably have researchers, producers. I know they also do like a sub show where it's like I
Submarine.
think it's called like Ghost Files Debrief,
Oh, okay.
where they kind of film a documentary of them going to a haunted house and then upload it. And then they also talk about the episode and stuff. It's really, I don't know.
I
But I'm not paying money. Younger me would have, but I'm not paying money for, and this is just how I feel. I am not paying money for a unscripted quote unquote streaming service.
no.
Like I will
Yeah.
pay money for like fictional content. Like that's why I don't know. I like documentaries, but I don't watch them that often. But if it's like, I don't know, just
Well, you need to
un
be give a lot of content to justify that. Because like
yeah.
that price is other streaming services which have like hundreds of
And
shows
people
and
are going to
movies and
be
stuff.
upset. If it's like $3 a month, that's not like that's reasonable, I feel. It's not going to be. It's going to be like 10.
I think it was $6 a month
Oh,
or
that's not
60 a
terrible.
year.
Okay.
But that's like to get slightly like, but like that's coming from it being free.
Yeah. And I don't think that this is necessarily this would be a bad thing if they do this, but people will be upset if they subscribe to the streaming service and there are still ads
Oh, that'd
in
be
the videos.
so annoying.
Like I think that's fair of them to do because they need to make if the goal is to make more money because they need to pay their employees, I don't know, more or a reasonable salary.
Yeah,
They probably will do you pay a monthly fee and they do ad reads. They need both the ad revenue and the I don't
yeah,
know.
that would be annoying.
But you could also, I don't know, keep up the YouTube channel, which is where you get the majority of your views. I
Mhm.
mean, not majority, all of your views, I guess. And just start putting up premium content on Patreon or like make a website. Like, because the Weekly Planet have a basically it's a their own Patreon and they upload like a ton of shit up there, like premium content, premium, I guess, quote unquote, but just different shows. They have one called We Got This Covered, which is where they read a really shitty clickbait article and James just gets really upset. They have one called All these ideas I think are really good, and I'm mad
Mhm.
because I wish that we came up with them first.
Too bad we're like at least 1 year younger than all of them.
Oh, more or less.
At least.
Yeah. But they have a show called like James and Meso's Time Capsule where they go through every year and they just talk about what came out that year. And they've done like 1914. It's just them making fun of like I don't know the like terrible toys that came out in like movies and things like that. They have like video game stuff. They've got bonus
Is that when World War
commentaries.
One started?
1914, I have no idea.
Uh,
But like the Watcher could just do that, right?
yeah,
Oh,
I
by the way,
think
everyone, I'll put a time code in the description if you want to skip this and go to the discussion topic for today. But
he says halfway through the
I'll
discussion.
I'll say this, but I probably won't do it. But maybe I'll cut that into the front.
Yeah, just throw it down.
Remind
Not throw it
me when
down.
I'm doing my really good intros to start saying that time codes in the description.
Okay.
Remind me on that.
Okay. I'll do my best. I'll just text you at this exact moment.
That's okay.
Do you know who Richard Wiseman is?
No. Is
I
that
don't know why
Richard
you would.
Pryor
But Richard Pryor?
from Superman 3?
No, I don't think so. Not
I
that
mean,
I'm
it's a
aware of.
different name, so
It could be similar, but he's a British psychologist, I think,
okay.
and he wrote a book about paranormal activity. I think paranormalism,
Did you
but
actually
it's
text me?
yes,
Thank you. I'm
but
never going to open that.
it's about like how people are able to convince themselves that there are ghosts and stuff like that. So the psychological aspects of people believing in ghosts
Interesting.
and thinking they're haunted and all that. And I really want to read it because I'm curious about how people are able to do that. Because I'm obviously a skeptic in almost every single way.
Right.
Because I mean, I haven't experienced anything that would make me believe it, and I think if I did, I would
Yeah, and that's the
intensely
same
believe it.
mindset I have. Like if
Yeah,
I see it, like I can't see it on a video because
no,
I don't trust people not to fake that. But if I saw something paranormal in person, then I'd be like, oh, okay.
yeah. So like I can understand why some people might believe in that kind of stuff, but I really want to get the book and read it and just see why like people might like I don't know like what's the psychology behind it. I almost said brain power.
What's the brain
What's the
power?
brain power behind it? Yeah,
What's
I
the
was gonna.
average IQ of those people?
Yeah,
Oh, that sounds fascinating. Luckily, someone's birthday's coming up.
yours.
Yeah.
You want me to get you that for your birthday?
No. We should get it for Brianna's birthday, and then we can read it.
I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, it is for Sam.
Why do we bring up the Watcher thing, the Ghost Files thing? Is
Oh,
that
because
your?
it wasn't the thing that was on my For You page. I couldn't find it,
Oh,
but I that's been going. Like I've been seeing a lot of videos about that too because people are pissed. So I
yeah.
thought
I
I'd
mean,
bring
I
it
think
up.
fair enough. Like, and also, it's like there's an example. It's like the Netflix thing. And now you can't use multiple households at once.
Oh yeah, it's bullshit.
A majority of people who use Netflix, like someone else's account, aren't willing to pay for it, and that's why they use it.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm sure they have some metric where it's like, okay, well, potentially 5% of our billions of views will actually pay for this, and that's still a lot of money.
Mhm.
But they're not going to get as many viewers because people are not going to pay for that.
Yeah,
I'm
and I
not going
think
to pay for that unless I hear it's literally incredible for some reason somehow they actually find ghosts.
yeah, that would be impressive. But I think they're like if they continued on YouTube and did this, then maybe it'd be reasonable. But I think they're stopping on YouTube, so then they don't get that revenue either. So then
Yeah, which is
you
strange.
need
I mean,
people moving over.
I guess they'd get like there would still be a revenue stream of like people watching old
Oh, that's true.
videos.
Maybe that's
Actually,
the move.
I'm not sure because we're not monetized yet, by which I mean I'm not monetized yet. We're getting weirdly close. But one of the
Oh.
criteria to get monetized, at least initially, is have you've uploaded 3 videos in the past few months. And those videos can be shorts too. So you can upload 3 shorts and that counts as 3 videos. I don't know if you have to keep that up to remain monetized or if you get to that like marker and then you're set.
Yeah. Well,
Because
hopefully.
they might require you to continue to upload in order to continue making money off ads. I don't know though. I'll keep you guys updated.
Okay, thanks. Just keep constantly every month post a picture of just like some shorts and then make it a short.
Oh, that's good.
And it can be short shorts.
Oh,
And then
you should make a YouTube channel.
I already have. I've just been keeping it secret from you.
That's okay. Are you bigger than me yet?
Yeah, Good Mythical Morning.
Oh, that's you.
That's me actually.
You're Rhett and Link.
So when I said that earlier, it was a misdirect.
Wow. I mean, I guess you've never watched it because you are it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, today we're talking about we're going to go through all the comic book characters and maybe just movie characters that have had multiple actors portray them and pick our favorite slash the best.
Those all our opinions, all right.
I mean, yes, that's why
Yeah.
we're on the internet. Any opinion on the internet is a right opinion,
Yeah, even
unless
if
it's
they
a
contradict, they're
yeah.
still 100% right.
Okay, who do you want to start with?
I think Batman. I feel like that's the easy one to discuss because there's so many of them.
There are a lot. Let's go. Let's name them all. We've got Adam West,
Yeah.
Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Christian Bale, Ben Affleck, Robert Pattinson. And we have
Pattinson. He's a dad now. Suki
oh,
Waterhouse officially had her baby.
what
I
do they
feel like
name
she
it? Is
sped
this
ran
something
that
weird?
pregnancy.
I know, right?
But here, I'll look it up. I don't know if they disclose
Sometimes
that information, but
they shouldn't, but I'm curious if they did.
oh, the sex of her baby. What? That's not what I looked up. They're sharing baby photos.
Okay, that still doesn't tell us the name though.
Yeah, let me read this article real quick.
Okay, I'll sit here in silence.
Okay. Oh, Waterhouse has not commented publicly on the baby's name, date, or sex. Date.
I guess the date of birth, the
That's a
dob.
very. I guess people could look that up. People are crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I think, have you heard that conspiracy theory that celebrities don't actually name their kids weird things? They just don't give out the real name?
So people make it up.
Yeah. Well, no, they make it up.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes more
Like,
sense.
what's someone's, I can't remember who it is. Who's the voice of Underdog in the movie Underdog?
How in the world would I know that?
I thought you might.
Okay, let me look at it. Underdog cast. Peter Dinklage. It's not Peter Dinklage.
Okay. Well, no, it's not who I was referring to. I didn't know he was.
Jason Lee.
Yeah, he named his kid Pilot Inspector. There's no way that's real.
Pilot Inspector Lee.
Did it come up?
Yeah.
Okay, so I wasn't mistaken with Jason Lee. But yeah, people have conspiratorialized that that's not real because that's crazy. And his name's probably like Jonathan, but they didn't want everyone to know. So if you try to track down Pilot Inspector Lee, you can't.
Actually, that's really smart.
Yeah, I mean,
If
it's
they do
not
do
very
that.
smart. It would be smart if they picked just fake names in general. Like you don't have to do Pilot Inspector.
Yeah, but people believe it. I would believe that this guy, my
I
name
mean,
is Earl.
it is crazy enough to be real.
Well,
But
ignore the inspectors. I don't know if that's his middle name or their middle name, or like it's actually part of their first name, and it's like a Mary Jane kind of situation. But
yeah,
it might
I
just be
mean
Pilot
pilot,
Lee.
that's not a like pilot's not a name, but it
Yeah, but
could be, you
it
know?
could. I would be okay with that being a name.
And inspector could be a name, I guess. You go by specs, you go by ins, you go by insect.
Tor. Oh,
Yeah.
Tori Vega.
Yeah. We're not gonna do for the Batman actors, we're not gonna do like the serial, the old
No Batman.
serials.
Oh,
We could do Will Arnett, we could do Kevin Conroy, but we probably
but I think
shouldn't.
Kevin Conroy just
Yeah.
wins.
So that's not great.
Okay, we'll do live action exclusively. So
I
sorry, Lego
think
Batman.
we're going to agree, but we should go. I think they're each the best for different reasons, by
Oh
which I
wow.
mean two of them are the best, but for different reasons. Because Michael Keaton, I guess, is the best at being the first one
What about Adam West?
after Adam West, of course. The first one to do it after Adam West. Adam West is the best at wearing
Underwear,
underwear
like
as a
legitimately.
costume.
Being a
Um,
goofy guy,
yeah.
they
Val
all wear
Kilmer
underwear probably.
is the best at coming after Michael Keaton. George Clooney is the best at showing up at the end of the movie The Flash.
Yeah.
I'll give him all those awards. Christian Bale, best Bruce Wayne?
Uh,
No,
best
best
movies.
Playboy. Best Playboy version of Bruce Wayne.
Okay,
Ben Affleck, best look.
100%.
Best look for Bruce Wayne, best
Besides the
look.
Flash costume,
I thought you liked that one.
I've
The
changed my mind.
weird bulldog
The
thing. Yeah, it's
weird blue
fucking
one.
terrible. Yeah. I like a blue Batman suit, but what were they doing there? It looks like a bulldog.
Yeah, it looked
But
really weird.
BVS Batman, best look.
Looks sick.
Horribly,
Written.
yes. I was gonna say something else, but I couldn't think of it. Horrible misrepresentation of the character.
Yeah.
Rob Bat and Dad.
I've been
He
saying
is
Rob Bat Dadison. But
Rob
Bat and
Bat
Dad is really good.
Dad and Bad.
Dad and Bat.
He's probably the best.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I was on Rob Bat Dadison.
He's the best Batman scene, I think, that we've gotten ever, in my
Is it the
opinion.
one where he's in the shadows, quote unquote? Or which one do you
What?
think of?
No, I was gonna say it's the one where he is fighting all those
So
Riddler
he's going,
goons.
Alfred.
And he floats, not he floats. He's like gliding through, like he's fighting people on top of
Oh,
like,
yeah, yeah.
and he's
Okay.
just like flying around. He's not killing anyone. He uses venom or something green.
And beats the shit out of
It's
someone.
fucking great. Like that's Batman, man. That's like the warehouse scene, but a lot less murder, infinitely less murder.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it
Then
to Bat and Dad.
what's the word? He zip lines down into
Yeah,
the water with a bunch of
that's
red
really
glowing stuff.
stupid though. Let's be honest. That scene.
No, it looks awesome. What are you
No,
talking
it
about?
doesn't. Okay, it's a very
It's a great scene.
okay. Let me ruin this scene for you.
No,
I can't remember why I
exactly.
dislike it, but
Checkmate.
there's something strange in it where he's like hanging there,
Yeah.
and then he like cuts it, and then you see him like falling back, and I'm like, what? This is like really weird. Like
There's
he's like,
drama.
yeah, but why is he doing that? Why doesn't he just fucking glide down there? Because he can glide.
He hasn't learned how to glide yet.
Remember, no,
Remember in this movie he uses like a
a
legitimate
squirrel
like
suit.
glider thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that
He
is
doesn't
such a
have that.
funny scene. It's like
It's a
shot
very
like,
funny
is it
scene.
above his head? It's like right on his face, or is it below his head? I can't remember.
I think it was like right on his face.
It's like, yeah, and he's like wiggling and stuff. It's so strange.
See, that's how I would expect. I almost fought a squirrel the other day.
Like professionally,
Actually, the squirrel almost fought me, but no, not professionally.
I feel like
But
you'd kick the shit out of a squirrel.
I'd hope so. But I was
Yeah,
like, I was walking, and
might have rabies
there were
though.
two squirrels, and it ran. One of its friend ran in front of me. So
Yeah.
then I was kept walking, and so I like walked in between its friend and him, and then he like stared at me, and then did that thing when dogs are playing where they go down on their front legs, and then
Oh
like
yeah,
stick their
a
butt
play
up.
bow.
Yeah, so it did that, and then started like staring at me and just squeaking at me, and I was like staring at it, like what is happening?
You know, in many ways, it's just like the alternate ending for I Am Legend. I think you got in between him and his girlfriend.
I might have, and it doesn't. I almost fought a raccoon 2 years ago here, so.
Wow, you got a weird life, man.
Yeah, I dropped a leaf on it and it climbed up a tree and tried to get to me.
Okay, are we going with Bat and Dad?
Yeah, we went
Okay.
brought Bat and Dad.
All right, Joker.
Mm. Heath Ledger.
So we have it's Heath Ledger. Who's second best though? Let me name
Probably
them
Jack
all.
Nicholson. Okay.
Yeah, we've got Jack-o'-lantern Nicholson.
Jackelson
We've
Nicholson.
yeah, Jackelson Nicholson. Ledger. Caesar Romero from the Batman 66.
Okay.
I'm doing this out of order, so I'm confusing my brain. Jared Leto.
Oh, I forgot about Jared Leto. It's him,
and
obviously.
Joaquin Phoenix,
He's barely the Joker.
who's not the Joker.
Great acting job
Oh
in the
no,
movie,
phenomenal actor,
but
phenomenal
not a
acting.
great Joker.
Yeah. It's Ledger. Who's the worst though? Because it's Jared Leto.
I would say Jared Leto.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking about the other day? I just need at some point I need to just upload a video, either with you or just alone of me ranting about Batman v Superman. People are
Okay.
gonna be like, that movie came out like 10 years ago. What are you doing? But I just need to get it out of my head.
Just
But
do
in
it.
this,
Just do it like a diary that you write and never show anyone.
no, I'm
Just
gonna upload it for
okay.
clout. I'm gonna upload it. I'm gonna start a streaming service
He's cloud chasing.
exclusively for this. But at the end of the Snyder Cut, in the nightmare sequence when they're in the desert, and Batman says to Joker, like, when this is all over, I'm gonna fucking kill you, he says. Why hasn't he? Like, why? What's stopping him from just doing it? Was Joker playing a role in that?
I highly doubt it.
Like,
All
why is he even
he
there?
had really long hair,
Yeah.
and that's it. I
And
think
he
he just
said to
likes looking at the
Batman,
hair. He uses it as a whip.
that's true. And he looks at Batman and he's like, what are we gonna do? Give each other a reach around? Like, what is this? What is this Joker? So bad.
I think Snyder saw something about how like Joker and Batman have a like really good relationship and dynamic, and they're like they have to have one another. And he took that to mean they're literally in a relationship.
Yeah, maybe.
Like
I don't
the
know.
like the Joker, which is the mom and Thomas
Martha
Wayne.
Kent.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that
Not Martha Kent,
situation.
Martha Wayne.
See, you
I
get
don't
it.
know.
You
I
now
do.
understand Batman v Superman.
I finally love that movie. And I've been thinking about this too. We're never going to finish this episode,
No,
but that is a Snyder Cut rated R. It is, right?
I think
But he
so.
released an R-rated Ultimate Edition of Batman v Superman. He does not understand like those characters, first of all, don't need to be rated R. But if you're going to make Batman rated R, he's doing it the wrong way. Because his rated R Batman is just saying fuck. Like, why is that the route you're going down?
You're telling me you've never wanted to see Batman say the F word.
No.
That you and I have lived very different lives.
But like, if you're gonna make, and I don't necessarily think anyone should, but if you're gonna make a rated R Batman story, it needs to be fucking like dark, but not like brooding necessarily. Not like he's saying fuck and cussing and threatening to kill the Joker, but like it would have to be a story like The Killing Joke,
Yeah, it
where
have to be
something really horrific happens. That
like
is the only
Batman does
thing,
really shitty things without killing people, but he does very shitty things.
or the world around him, like the villains do something truly horrible in that, like that content is rated R. But Batman saying fuck is not the reason, not the way to do that. I don't know. Oh well, the Joker, the best performance, Ledger, worst performance, Jared
Leto.
Leto.
Who's the worst Batman performance?
Probably
Or the worst Batman, I guess. No, we're, we're not doing
probably
performance.
Clooney. I think Clooney's got the look for it, but he's got the worst movie, maybe.
I don't know. I haven't seen all of those ones.
I don't know. I don't like Batman 89. I don't like any of those movies, actually. I think Val Kilmer also has the look for it. It's someone from the Burton verse, Burton Schumacher version.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my least favorite. You haven't seen any other Superman movies, have you? Or have you?
I
Like
watched
the
the first Superman and then Man of Steel.
okay, well,
And
which
the
is
Nicolas
better?
Cage Bat Superman fighting a
That's
spider.
a good point. Who's the best?
Nicolas Cage. That was sick.
Okay.
Best scene of The Flash,
Yeah. I mean, we have to pick Chris Reeve. Everyone out there, I'm sorry.
I guess.
Because Brandon Routh, I mean, there's a guy on Smallville, not Smallville. There is that guy, I guess, too.
Yeah.
Can't remember his name. There's the guy from Superman and Lois, who's apparently the best, but I haven't seen that show,
Well,
so we
then
can't
let's
pick
just pick
him.
him. Let's just pick
Okay,
him.
I don't remember what his name is, but Henry Cavill's Superman is not very good, but he's a great choice for Superman. He's got the look,
Yeah.
he's got the acting chops. Again, terribly mischaracterized version of Superman. Doesn't do anything. I'm pretty sure Zack Snyder hates Superman.
I think he just hates superheroes.
Yeah, I think he thinks superheroes are lame and he's trying to make them cool, but they're not. They're like that cool guy that no one likes. Like I wouldn't hang
Superheroes?
out with. No, his version of the DC universe. All right, what other DC characters do we have? Um,
Really, there is multiple Wonder Woman, but
Lex Luthor.
it's just
I don't know
not
if you remember.
the one for Batman v Superman.
Okay, so I guess Gene Hackman
Yeah, congrats,
because we're
Gene
not
Hackman.
picking Kevin Spacey. So yeah, all
What
right.
about Murr from when they shave his eyebrows and Practical Jokers?
I don't remember that at all, but
He looks
sure, we can pick him.
perfectly. Let me
Okay.
pull up a picture.
All
Mer
right.
shaved eyebrows.
What about Catwoman? We've got
Like this.
four options, maybe.
I share my screen. I can't. Let me
I
share my
can.
screen.
God, why doesn't it just let me? Okay, I think you have permission now.
This is Lex Luthor.
Nothing has shown up.
What?
I mean, yeah, he. Oh, I see it now. That works.
That's Lex Luthor. Look at this.
Yeah, we can give him. We'll give it to him. I don't
Look at
care.
that. No one has a better look for that than this man at this
All
moment
right,
in his life.
Catwoman. We have what's her face? Michelle Pfeiffer. We have Anne Hathaway. We have
Uh,
who was it? Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
We have Eartha Kitt, I think.
Eartha Kitt.
Or was she Batgirl?
Eartha. How do I spell Kitt?
Kitt.
Eartha Kitt.
I
Catwoman.
think she was Catwoman. Who was
I think
Catwoman in
she
this
was Catwoman.
in the 66?
Yeah, she was Catwoman.
Okay. I guess. Oh, and Zoe Kravitz. She's the best. I
Yeah.
forgot about her.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely Zoe Kravitz. I
Yeah.
was fine with Anne Hathaway's, but I don't know.
I don't know. I liked it at the time, but in retrospect, like it's just kind of I don't know. That I mean,
I can't remember her doing
it fits
much.
the world.
Yeah, it does fit the world.
Yeah. We can do the Penguin.
Are we just doing
Do we have
Batman
it?
characters?
I guess. No, we did Superman and Lex Luthor. We have Danny DeVito and Colin Farrell.
Well, I have to take Danny DeVito.
Okay, well, you're wrong because
No one's ever.
have you seen that movie?
Oh, yes, it's really
It
bad.
is so fucking weird. Remember when he like at the end, like
It's-
Batman barely does anything, but he's like vomiting up black bile.
Yeah, he's a
Disgusting.
penguin. That's what penguins do.
The whole plot of that movie is he's running for mayor. And at one point he bites someone's nose off.
Yeah, that's what penguins do.
Tim Burton's an idiot.
He's in Danny DeVito. Have you seen Big Fish?
No, I haven't seen Big Fish.
Great movie.
I don't
That's
believe
Danny
you.
DeVito in it.
Is he the
also Tim
dad
Burton,
who
I think.
lies? It is Tim Burton.
No, he's one of the magical. The dad doesn't lie though. That's the thing. But he tells the truth.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, everything's true.
So he does turn into a big fish at the end. That happened.
Is that how it ends?
Is that not how it ends? Doesn't he get thrown into a river?
I don't remember. I just
Doesn't
remember.
Ewan McGregor, who plays the son in that? Is it Ewan McGregor?
I think so. I
Whoever
remember
plays the son, the final story from that liar of a dad is like, and then I turned into a big fish and swam away. I'm pretty sure Ewan McGregor threw that guy into a lake or a river.
I mean, he might have.
Look up how does big fish
Well,
end?
like all the people he mentioned show up at the end of the story when he's doing that.
When he turns into a fish? That's an unreliable narrator. If he turns
You're
into
an
a
unreliable
fish,
narrator.
anyone who's watching that happen is an unreliable narrator.
Instead of a funeral, they're holding a goodbye party, and Edward happily bids them farewell as Will carries him into the river where Edward transforms into a giant catfish and swims.
Yeah.
Edward
So did that
agrees as well
happen?
that this is exactly how he dies. Shortly afterwards, Edward dies. Who's
It's
Edward?
Edward.
Is that the dad? Oh, so he isn't dead yet.
Wait, so they murder him?
No, he turned into
They-
a catfish.
Okay, well, that did not happen.
It clearly happened.
So I guess he's not a liar because he actually was a fish. What is
Yeah.
this episode? Where have we gone? Okay,
We're talking about the hit movie Big Fish because it has Danny DeVito
I
in
will
it.
fucking watch Big Fish. Okay. What about
And Danny DeVito is arguably the greatest actor of all time, of this
Great?
generation.
He would have been he's a good enough actor to play an actually good
Well-made.
penguin.
Yeah.
But like, what was that movie? And then when I don't know, there's like a press conference and Batman goes there and he's like playing a CD or a record of like all the horrible things the penguin has said. And then like the city turns on the penguin. But like when Batman's doing that, first of all, he's using like a bat themed record player. It's got like a little logo on it. And when he's doing that, he does like a record scratch. It's a terrible movie.
That you're just jealous you didn't come up with it.
And in Batman 89, there's that famous line. I mean, there's the let's get nuts scene. But I think around there, Batman says, "You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?" What does that mean? Why is he saying
That
that?
has to be a literary reference.
He's not Batman. He's Bruce Wayne in that moment. And he's like, the Joker shows up to threaten him. And he says that. And there's like this weird flip out. And he slaps a vase behind him with like a crowbar and says, "Let's get nuts." What a
Okay.
weird movie.
So according to Quora, did you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? The phrase means to do something immoral with full intention. So essentially, sinning against God.
That's the Joker. Of course he has. He murdered your parents, Bruce Wayne. He's definitely danced with the devil in the pale moonlight.
Does he do it in that movie?
Oh yeah, that's that whole the Joker killed his parents. Jack Napier is
Oh.
the Joker. And then I think Batman knocks him into Ace Chemicals or something, and then they reconstruct his face. People love that movie, and I haven't watched it in a long time, but I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it's just as good as Batman Returns. That movie where a weird little freak vomits bile.
calling
A
it
weird
nuts.
mutant man.
It's just reasonable. You look at the Danny DeVito penguin, and you just assume that he would have black bile.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't judge a book by its cover. I did just call him a weird little freak mutant, but that's because he lives in the sewers and he bites a man's nose off and he vomits black bile.
Yeah.
I came to that
Do you bend
knowledge
to Gotham?
a posteriori.
What does that
Okay.
mean? What
Uh,
Latin does that? Because posterior is like at the end or like making a
uh,
decision.
in terms of knowledge, people suggest that you can have, there are two kinds, or I don't know. I'm going to butcher this because it's been several months since I've read Kant, but it's Kant.
Of
At
course
least
it is.
he is where I first came across it. Maybe someone else invented it, but a priori, two words, is knowledge that you can have independent of experience. So, like a triangle. If I say to you, that triangle in the other room has three sides, you can know that for certain without having to go check. But if I say that triangle in the other room is blue, you cannot know that unless you've looked and you've checked. So, you formed an a priori opinion on a man who vomits up black bile, and I came to that conclusion after looking at it.
That's actually in Bayesian statistics. That's
Yeah.
you have a prior distribution, which is just you deciding, like you make the distribution, and then a posterior, which is after having seen evidence from like a sample or something like that. So it's actually
Okay.
that's interesting. It's this, I'm sure it's intentionally the same, but
Well, technically, and
because prior and posterior are just words.
this isn't me trying to correct you like a dick, but for anyone out there, don't email in because we both know, Rhys and I both know that a priori technically doesn't mean prior because Kant doesn't believe in innate knowledge. It's independent of experience. Rhys and I both know that. So don't
Oh
email
yeah,
us.
totally.
Yeah.
I'm a big philosophy guy.
But also, people do just say prior. It happens a lot. I've had multiple professors that I'm peers with. When they buy me food because I'm the best, they refer to it as prior. But anyway, okay. Spider-Man. There's three plus
There is three.
the
Plus the
Japanese
one
Spider-Man.
oh yeah. I was gonna say the one person who like made his own Spider-Man movie.
Oh yeah, I don't know the guy. That's not him though, right?
No, it's
Didn't
not
he
him.
do something
Yes.
wrong? Okay.
Apparently. I don't remember what it was. I think there's a bunch of memes that he was racist, so I assume he did something to warrant that. I don't know.
Yeah, we will not speak on that. But if he did do that, it's bad and we do not condone it. But if that's he didn't do that, that's better, I guess.
What we
Ideally,
can
we
speak on
hope that he
is
didn't
that
do it.
Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt. Tobey Maguire is,
I want to punch him in the face. I
so
always
does
say that,
most of the world, apparently.
and I don't want to sound like I have a big personal vendetta against Tobey Maguire. It's just his face. I don't like it. That's it. It's not
Fair enough.
personal.
Andrew Garfield is I don't know, worst movies.
Yes.
He's not, I don't think his characterization of Peter Parker, it's not my favorite. But in terms of In No Way Home, he is the best out of the three.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about it.
Although,
He's clearly the best actor.
yeah, but his Peter Parker, he's like skateboarding and stuff. He does a basketball dunk at one point.
Yeah, that was crazy. He
He jumped
traveled
like 40
so
feet. Yeah.
hard.
He jumped like 40 feet in the air.
Yeah.
And
He
no one
didn't
was
dribble it
like,
or anything.
what the shit, man?
No one called him. They just dunked it and they were like, all right, he won this round.
Yeah. They tried to do a quippy version, sorta. He has that knife joke.
Pretty good joke, I will say.
Yeah.
I giggled.
He's pretty good. I'd say he's the second best actor. Not actor, the second best of the three.
Yeah.
Even though I think Tobey Maguire's movies are better than his movies, I think he's a better Spider-Man than Tobey Maguire.
I concur with your diagnosis.
But overall, it's Thomas Holland.
Is this actual name Thomas?
I think it's Thomas, actually.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I just looked up Thomas and look up anything else.
Who came up? The Tank
Thomas
Engine?
Holland. Thomas Stanley Holland.
Oh, Stanley.
He's 6 years older than me.
They say he's 6 years old. I'm like, I don't think that's true. Wait, should I cut that out? Do you want people to know how old you are?
I don't know. They know I'm in college.
Oh, that's true.
I don't think that information does anything.
No, I mean, until I piss off the internet and they can't find me, so they go after you, which luckily you have squirrels.
Hi.
Hi, am I interrupting?
Oh, hello, Brooklyn.
Hey, Rand.
How are you? Can you hear me? I don't think you
Long
can.
time no see.
Oh yeah. I have headphones on, but he's been saying hello. How are you?
I'm great. It's a
I'm
beautiful
glad.
day.
Is
Is
it?
it?
Rhys
I
told me
don't
about the
know.
clouds.
It's medium.
Yeah, it was cloudy this morning, but I think it's good now.
Okay.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Um,
I need
We're
What are we
discussing-
talking about?
I need to be
we don't have anything specific.
No, we've got a
Good
topic.
work, guys.
No, we're
I
talking
wrote this
about
down a long time ago. This is a good idea that I came up with.
that. We're talking about the best like version of each character in movies. So like the best Spider-Man, the best Batman. That kind of stuff.
Oh, the best Spider-Man is the second one.
She likes Andrew Garfield the best.
Yeah, so many
Yes.
people do, but people are real dumb. Not her though. She's pretty smart.
Was that a snarky remark?
It
He said,
was.
yeah, it was.
All right,
Yes.
that's okay.
I apologize. Forgive me.
Bye. Thanks for the tape.
Goodbye.
I'm
Bye,
being so
Rand. Love
mean
you.
today.
Have a
Love
great
you
day.
too.
He
Goodbye.
said love you too.
I'm being mean today. I corrected you on that
Yeah.
prior thing. I feel bad now.
Why do you feel bad?
Because I don't know. I don't actually feel bad. I'm just trying to pretend like I do to get sympathy points.
Mm.
All right, best Spider-Man, whatever we said. Best Green Goblin out of the three.
The third.
New Goblin.
Oh. Well, I mean, Willem Dafoe
It's
is a very
Willem
good.
Dafoe.
Yeah,
Best, you haven't seen the Daredevil show, have you? But he's better than Ben Affleck.
I assume.
Yeah. Best Elektra. Okay, every casting of Netflix shows is better than if there was a movie about them.
Okay.
I'll just blanket statement there.
I guess there's not many like different iterations of Marvel characters, are there?
There's a fuck ton of Punisher ones for some reason.
Oh, are there?
Yeah, there's like 4 or 5. There's Ray Stevenson, John Bernthal.
I assume it's John Bernthal.
He's my favorite.
Okay.
Fuck, who else is there? Look up Punisher actors. There's more than I'm. Oh, Dolph Lundgren, I think, was one of them.
Amber Rose. No, I'm just kidding. This is how many 4 actors have played the Punisher?
Okay, I'm missing one then. Or Dolph Lundgren wasn't one of them.
I'm trying to find the actual list. I haven't found John Bernthal, obviously.
Yeah, I can do this real quick.
Thomas
Punisher.
Jane.
Thomas Jane, Dolph Lundgren, Ray Stevenson,
Yes. Okay.
John Bernthal. My favorite's John Bernthal.
I
Punisher
will have to agree with you.
Warzone? One of them is like, some of them are more comic accurate, but one of them, he's an FBI agent instead of a war veteran, which is a weird change.
Like he's actively an FBI agent, or he used to be.
I think he used to be.
Okay.
All right, so who else do we got?
Most of the Marvel cast was very well casted, so I'd have
I
to
agree.
pick them for almost all
MCU.
of them. MCU's really good.
I mean, most of those are, I guess the Hulk, we have Ruffalo, Ed Norton, Eric Bana, Lou Ferrigno.
I really only know Ruffalo. I know Norton. I didn't like him very much.
Me neither. But yeah, Ruffalo wins.
What about
let's
like
do,
X-Men?
I was going to say, let's do X-Men now. So we have 2 actors who played.
James McAvoy.
We have James McAvoy and Patrick Stewart. I think they're both great. Patrick Stewart got more to do. He did more. Actually, no, he didn't. He did more movies. They're exactly the same
I
number.
might have the exact same.
I know. Patrick Stewart, I think,
Is
gets
it
one over
Logan?
him because of Logan. Yeah.
Okay.
For Magneto,
Patrick Stewart for sure. I don't know. I don't remember Magneto very well. I loved Michael Fassbender. I don't remember the other dude at all.
Ian McKellen.
Yeah,
I don't know. They're both great.
I don't remember his betrayal.
Honestly, this might be controversial, but I might prefer Michael Fassbender.
He's really good.
But that being said,
Like
Ian
Days of
McKellen's
Future Past
really
and
good
stuff.
too. I don't know. Cyclops. We've got Ty Sheridan and we have James Marsden.
Which is the one in Ready Player One?
Ty Sheridan.
Not that one.
Yeah, he's not a very good Cyclops, is he?
No.
But neither is
I don't
James.
think it's his
James
fault.
Marsden is good, but he's not like that. I don't like that version of
He's
Cyclops
just wearing
very much.
Oakleys.
No, sometimes he has the visor.
Oh,
Last
really?
night I started watching Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scargiver, and I got 15 minutes in before you responded saying that you hadn't seen it, so I could turn it off.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, it's getting pretty late. I'm kind of tired. So I was like, what should I, I'll watch a TV show or something. And I turned on X2, X-Men United, which is longer than Rebel Moon, and I watched almost all of it.
Isn't X2 pretty
That's a
good?
really great movie.
Okay.
It's
I need to
one
watch
of
that.
I didn't finish it last night. I'm going to tonight probably. It's probably one of my favorite superhero movies. It's really solid. The first X-Men is quaint and fun, but it's not great. This one is like a certified classic.
Would you
I'd give it a
Put it above
stamp.
Logan?
No. It's okay. In terms of the X-Men movies, I'd go, we're not going to agree on this because I probably put it above Deadpool, but I haven't seen
Okay.
Deadpool in a while. It's about on par, if not a little better in my eyes.
Okay. Well, that's still
But
very good.
It covers more ground than Deadpool does because that entire movie is basically set on a freeway.
Yeah, and they do a great job.
They do. They do a really good job in that movie of not making you notice it / care that
He's
2/3
just
of
on a
it
highway.
is just on a highway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Best Mystique.
I don't-
Rebecca Romaine, Jennifer Lawrence.
I don't actually remember Rebecca Romaine at all, besides one scene of her like getting out of a truck.
Yeah, I remember that one too. Remember
Yeah,
that
you
scene?
don't want to talk about?
Yeah. I'm gonna say Jennifer Lawrence because Rebecca Romaine, her mystique is great, but she doesn't really do much. I mean, she when she does do action and when she talks in her mystique form, it's really great.
hmm
But most of the times you see Mystique in the original three movies, she's as someone else. Like most of her
Oh,
dialogue
okay.
is talking when she's in a different form. So I'm gonna
So
go Jennifer
Jennifer Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Okay, that makes sense.
Back to DC. What about Ezra Miller
No,
or the guy who played the Flash in the Flash show, Grant
Grant
Gustin?
Gustin. I feel like we have to take Grant Gustin.
Grant Gustin's a good Flash. He's not very funny,
No,
but
he has a
also
weird little
the Flash
outfit.
doesn't have to be funny. I'm just thinking of Wally West from the animated version. But yeah, the Ezra Miller version, they're not a very good Flash.
No, they're very not good. I was gonna say bad, but I decided to change it to not good.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm a literary genius, some might say.
All right, who else can we do? Who else has had multiple portrayals in film? Mad Max? Mel Gibson? Oh, you haven't seen any. Never mind.
I'm not a movie watcher, really.
You should.
Not to I shouldn't say that when we're talking about
Yeah, we
movies a
probably
lot.
should have
But
done a different
I'm a
podcast then. We could talk about
I'm a TV
phones.
show guy.
Yeah, I guess
I
I
will
should
watch a
probably.
lot of TV shows, and then I'll watch a fair amount of movies, more than probably the regular guy, the average Joe,
Yeah.
but it's not my go-to.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll be the movie guy out of the two of us. I'll stop watching so much TV. I watched two movies yesterday.
What was the second one?
Oh, I didn't watch. Oh, I guess I watched four
Five.
movies. I only
Oh.
finished two though.
What were the two you finished?
I watched Men,
Ben.
that Alex Garland movie.
Okay.
It's a horror movie with Jessie Buckley. Do you know
Is it
her?
scary? I
No.
can look her
I don't
up and
know.
I'll
It
probably
might be.
recognize her. Jessie Buckley.
She's you know that character in Fargo season 4 that you love?
Oh,
That's her. I
yeah.
don't know what her name is in that season. I didn't finish that, but she's amazing and she's in this movie. It's on HBO if you want to watch it.
Okay,
I liked it a
cool.
lot.
British.
Really fucking weird ending. With that being said, check it out. We're done. I don't give a shit. Do what you want. And I watched the movie Predators, which is awesome.
Is that the sequel to Predator?
It's like the third sequel.
Oh.
But that's just about 8 people wake up in a forest with no memory of how they got there. All of them are like assassins or like military people or like an FBI most wanted person. And they find each other and they figure out that what is happening is the predators brought them to this forest on a different planet to hunt them. And it is so great.
So
I
it's
love it so
That
much.
sounds exactly like the plot of the third Predator movie.
Good movie though. You should
Okay,
watch
that actually
it.
does sound good. I'll try to check
It's
it out.
better. It's the best Predator movie, in my
What about
opinion.
Prey? Have you seen Prey?
I haven't seen Prey, so it might be the best Predator movie. I also haven't seen either Alien versus Predator, so
What about when they make a Wolverine versus Predator movie?
that would be pretty cool. Have you heard about the Batman Predator comic?
No.
It's amazing. So the Predator shows up in Gotham City. I'm gonna spoil this for you because you're never
Okay.
gonna read it.
I'm not.
But the Predator shows up and then kicks the shit out of Batman. Like he puts him in a coma, I think, or like
Oh God.
he's like
Okay.
bedridden for a while. Like you see Bruce Wayne after the fight with the Predator, the first fight with the Predator, and he's like head to toe covered in casts, and like
God.
he's not doing well.
Yeah.
And then later on, he gets this really cool, you know, like the Dark Knight Returns suit.
Uh-huh.
He gets one that kind of looks like that to fight the Predator again.
Okay.
And then at the very end, what Batman does is he just takes a baseball bat and then kicks the shit out of the Predator for like a really long time. And then a bunch of other Predators show up. And then the Predator, like, I think kills himself because that's what they do if they lose.
Mhm.
And then a bunch of other Predators give Batman a revolver and then they leave. That's their currency, as said in Rick and Morty.
They give him a revolver.
They give him like, it's like, I mean, not a revolver. It's one of those.
So
I'd
what does he
call it a
do with it?
revolver.
Is he gonna like?
I think he just puts it in a case, like a trophy.
Okay.
But it's one of those like guns from the 1800s, like a musket pistol or something.
Batman versus Predator revolver
It might not come up. Look up ending.
ending. I see the panel of them bending over, giving him a sword.
Oh, maybe it's a sword. Maybe I have it backwards. Because in Rick and Morty, in that episode with the Predator, they joke that they think that gun is their currency because they keep handing it to people. But
I mean,
yeah,
maybe this might be a different comic. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm
So share your
sure
screen. I
there's
think there are more
multiple
than
Batman
one.
versus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Aliens versus Green Lantern comic, I think, that I haven't read.
Comics are so fun.
Yeah, you can do anything.
Look at
I
that.
can't. It's loading. Yeah, I guess there's look. Oh, go to this one.
I can't see yours.
I know, but go up and then over one to the right. That's the suit. How cool is that?
That does look pretty sick.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have eye holes, but
What
who
does he say?
cares?
I'm the one it wants. Let it come and get me. What is it? Is it his
I
mouth?
am the one, no one.
Oh,
Yeah, what
I'm
is
zooming
that?
in on the wrong part.
Did you ever when I remember that comic where Batman shows his dick?
No,
Yeah,
why do I remember that?
it's called Batman Damned.
It's funny
People
as the
got
hell.
really upset.
Did he call it his bat dick?
No, it's like DC Black Label, and I think it's like the adult version of DC Comics. Like Marvel did this a while ago called like Marvel Max.
Oh God.
It's just like adult themes, but like not even adult themes in a necessary way. Like I think
Adult.
Nick Fury in that like hires prostitutes and stuff, which okay, but yeah, there's Batman Damned in the first issue. He shows his dong.
Wow.
It's really great.
My favorite adult themed.
Seeing a bat dong.
Yeah. Adult themes does not equate to nudity.
No, or saying fuck.
Yeah. Like there are so many other things that work with it. God.
Yeah. There's not that much
Some people,
nudity in
man,
Deadpool, is there? They go to a strip club, you see his
that's kind
penis.
of it. Yeah. It's more gore
There's
than anything.
yeah, and there's like I'd say honestly they're like PG-13 rated sex scenes with him and Vanessa. Like it's not even
No,
it's not
they don't really see. I'm sure you see some stuff, but not a
yeah.
whole lot.
Free the peen. You know what I'm saying? All right, are we
Yeah.
forgetting any?
I'm sure we are.
I mean, we James Bond, of course.
Hmm.
Uh
I've only seen the new guy,
I
Daniel
mean,
Craig.
I've seen two Daniel Craig movies and then one Sean Connery one. And out of those two, I'd pick Daniel Craig. But in terms of James Bond look, I'd pick that other guy whose
I know
name I can't
exactly who you're
remember.
talking about.
Do you? I bet you do
I
actually.
think so. Let me look it up. James
I think
Bond
it's like
actor.
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan. Yep.
That guy's got such a good look for James Bond. But apparently his movies are, I don't know, haven't seen any of
I
them.
don't even know how many movies did he make.
I don't know. There's like 4,000 James Bond movies, so at least that many.
I looked up Mondo Duke
Why?
because they keep saying it in Impractical Jokers,
Okay.
and I was confused about why
What
they
does it
keep saying
mean?
it. I think it's a
Is it a slur?
no, it's not a slur.
I don't know. I've never heard that term.
I think it's a band,
Oh,
but
okay.
Duke obviously means not. Means taking up. One might say. Sorry,
Do you
pardon my
remember,
French.
do you remember play basketball with him?
No, don't name drop him.
I'm gonna cut that out.
Okay.
But you know who I'm talking about?
No.
He
How
had,
might I know him?
he played on our CA basketball team that one summer
So I take it
when you were
so
in middle
you're
school.
friends.
Yeah.
What? Give me a
Oh,
distinguished feature of him.
okay. I don't. This is what people partially knew him for, but I don't know if you'd. He used to show everyone, but he had
Okay.
really big nipples.
Okay.
Like they took him to the doctor to find out if he had breast cancer. That's how big they were.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Hopefully not, I assume.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna cut all this out. But he once told me about how he took a bite out of dry dog poop on the sidewalk.
Ugh.
And I was like, why did you do that?
And why
And
did
he
he tell
said,
you?
I don't know. That's a good point. But he told me, maybe one of his friends brought it up, and I was like, wait a minute, we can't just breeze past this. I need to know. But I was like, okay, man, like why? And he said, for money, obviously. And I was like, how much money? And he said $20.
How big of a bite, you know?
I don't. I wasn't there. I wouldn't have let it happen. I don't think. I couldn't have stopped it. But $20 is obviously not the amount of money to do that.
I mean, if it's like,
But there is
picture a Cheerio in your head.
that's still a lot
If it's
of dried
less than a
dog poop.
Cheerio, maybe.
For
Sorry,
20
continue.
bucks. I was
Yeah.
gonna say $20 is not the amount of money that I think someone should do that for, but there is a dollar value for every human where they would do that. And I want to know what it is for people.
I
Because
think
like it'd have to
that'll be
be like 10 grand for me.
10 grand.
Plus any potential like hospital visits.
I agree with that.
Like let's say that's covered, right? Like that
Okay.
is a guarantee. Any potential medical problems are covered. You won't die in this hypothetical.
Okay.
But what is the dollar? How much money would it take for you to do that?
How much do I have to, is the bite? Like
It's
I
a
said, if it's like
big
a
enough bite that
tiny
you
little
have to
amount,
chew.
then
Well, you don't have to chew, but you probably should.
I don't know
And
if
I-
I'd go with
he's- oh, you have to
10,000.
swallow it.
Well,
I
yeah,
think he
I
swallowed
figured
Yeah.
maybe
Oh, should I
maybe
cut this
like
whole thing out? This is gross. But I'm also, it's
500
like,
to 1,000.
wow, you and I are very different.
I don't know. It's gross, and I would not do it. But
But
no
also-
one's paying me 10,000 to do that. If they would, I would take the 10,000.
Okay, so 500 to 1,000
Yes,
is your,
it's my
this
range.
is gonna come back to
We'll
bite you
just
in the
take
butt. You know that,
750.
right?
Well, let's say 750. Actually, I'll just
We
take
have a
1,000.
Patreon. People are
I'll
gonna
take
make you
1,000.
do this.
Yeah, pay me $1,000 and I'll do it.
Okay, can I have some of it? Because it's, my Patreon.
You can have $12.
Okay, I was expecting like 6, but that's cool.
Let me get 12.
All I need is 6 so I can sign up for the Watcher streaming service.
But now you can get mine. You can give me it too.
But okay, is it worse that it's because it was like just on a sidewalk in the sun,
Where else would you get it?
in grass? Like it's not like one of our dogs. It's just a random one. Is
I
that
mean,
worse or
okay,
is that better?
Winston likes it.
That shouldn't be your
Think about that.
metric.
Logic. Maybe it doesn't taste terrible. I think the
Okay.
question is it better that it was dried? Because I think
Yes.
yes. Okay.
Because I think, yeah, it's 100% better in my opinion.
Yeah, because I wouldn't want to hold it.
Yeah.
How
Well,
big?
okay, but
How big is the
we
piece?
can.
Is it like a Winston or like a?
You don't have to eat the whole thing.
Well, I know, but like,
It's like a between
it's
a
the
Winston
difference
and
between
between a
eating
make.
like something the size of like a pencil or eating like something the size of a hot dog.
I don't know. I don't. I imagine it was.
You know what I'm saying? Here, let me pull up
Yeah.
the
No, I know what
whiteboard.
you. Can you have the whiteboard? Oh,
Yeah.
finally. Look, I know what you're saying, but we can both agree that $20 is not enough for that, right?
Yes, I agree. 20
And
is not enough.
it's kind of strange that he did that. Hey,
Oh, I
no
can't.
judgment. I mean, a lot of
I can't
judgment.
draw,
What?
so opening the whiteboard was unimportant.
Yeah, I guess I'll do it.
But yeah, I agree. 20 is not enough.
Should I cut that whole conversation out?
I would cut out obviously the information about people.
Oh, I'm going to.
giving
I
me
always
names.
do that. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
but
There are so
I
many instances
think
where,
it's an interesting conversation, and that could be our thought baby.
yeah, I might put that on TikTok. I'll tag you, your Instagram, and they can see your face.
I don't know. They can be like, this guy said he'll do it for 1,000.
Look, I think I don't know. Like, that's a lot of money,
Yeah,
but I'd
for like
rather
a
not.
little bit of pain. Not even pain. It's just annoyance. Like I'll like be so grossed out. But it'd be the equivalent of me eating like In-N-Out or something.
I've been getting In-N-Out recently.
Oh, come on, man.
It's
You're better than
actually,
that.
it's the only hamburger that because you just don't taste the hamburger, and they put a lot of like vegetables on it, so it just tastes like I'm eating like vegetables. It's good.
No,
Yeah,
you've
I mean,
joined the dark
I
side.
went once.
I'm so against it.
I went
You went
once.
once.
Recently, I've been more than once, but I
No.
recently this week because I was hungry. I was driving back from somewhere and I wanted to get food, so I got In-N-Out and I waited in the line for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, this is what I learned last night because I got Five Guys and I learned In-N-Out and Five Guys are like antitheses of each other.
Five Guys
Antitheses.
is dog shit, man.
Five Guys is incredible, but
What
it's
did you get?
so expensive.
Is it? It's like the
Yes.
lowest quality food in the world.
You're thinking
Whenever
of
I
In-N-Out, dude.
No, whenever I deliver for Five Guys, if I'm
Very greasy, if that's your like turn
yeah,
off.
like like it looks like a shitty plastic, but not plastic, paper bag like covered in grease. I'm embarrassed to
Mm.
hand that to the person, not because I'm embarrassed for them, but because it feels like I did something wrong.
No, they have in my opinion, the best fast food fries.
No,
In
man.
my opinion, the second best fast food milkshake.
Okay, I can't speak on that, but yeah, sure.
The only one I would say is better is Which Wich, because Which Wich shakes are incredible.
Those are weirdly good.
Yeah,
I don't know. Should
I
I go?
would say
I'll go
I
to
don't eat
Five Guys.
hamburgers, so I
Fuck
can't
it.
compare the Five Guys hamburgers to other places. The hot dogs are good. They're fast food hot dogs. I can't say much about it.
Okay.
But it's like I can't say it's high quality, but it's good. Like it's really good tasting food. It takes forever and it's expensive as hell. In-N-Out is really low quality,
I don't
really
know, man.
bad, very few options,
That's true.
bad
There are like
fries, mid shakes. Can't say
there are
anything
like
about the hamburgers,
5 options
but
for
really fast and
In-N-Out.
really cheap.
I don't
Like
know.
they're
In-N-Out
opposites. They're the same thing.
In-N-Out fries are not great, but the animal fries I like a lot.
Every time I've gotten both like animal fries or regular fries, they've been cold, no matter what.
That's
So
true.
I'm sure I'd
Sometimes they
enjoy it
do
more
get
if they were
cold.
warm.
Yeah. Well, did you go to the restaurant or did you go to the drive-thru?
Both.
At the
Sometimes I've
same
eaten it immediately.
on the same trip?
I did. Yeah. So sometimes I've eaten them immediately. Sometimes I've eaten them like after a little bit, which obviously then that's just time. Like I
Right.
can't blame In-N-Out for that.
Do they have cheese fries at Five Guys?
No, but you can get it, but they have Cajun fries.
What does
So
that
if you like
mean? Like I
if you
know
like
I've heard that before,
spicy
but
fries,
is
and
it
then
just
it's
like the
Cajun
powder we
seasoning.
put on
Yeah.
there? I might go to Five Guys today.
Well,
So
do you
hungry.
prefer potato-y fries or like crispy ones? Like mom really likes the like smash burger fries that are really small.
Oh, those
Like
were
Freddy's and those
good.
ones?
I missed those.
Yeah,
Forgot about Smash Burger.
I like the thicker potato ones, so that's why I love them so much. But they're
I
like,
do like both. I
and
don't
they
know if
give
I have
you
a
a shit
preference.
ton of food. Like if you ask for fries, it's like $9 for large, but then they give you like an entire bag full of fries.
Oh, I know. Whenever I would deliver for them, like I think their whole thing initially was like, oh, you get fries and there's some in the bag.
Yeah.
But like what they do is they fill the large cup and then they put the cup in the bag, and then they do another scoop, another large scoop, and then just douse it in the bag. That's what makes the bag so
Yeah.
greasy.
Yeah,
It's
no, it is.
gross.
And I agree that it looks gross, but it's good. It's just expensive as hell.
I don't think they have drive-throughs.
No.
Fuck. I don't want to go in there. They're slow. They
But
take forever.
that's my
They
theory. Or not,
You have
that's
free peanuts though.
you do.
Yeah, I mean that's not really that much of an incentive for me. It's not
Yeah.
like I don't have peanuts anyway. Just eat my own peanuts.
Yeah, but I always like going and getting like a big thing of fries and then a shake, and then it's
You
really
know what's the
nice.
worst fast food fries?
What?
Chick-fil-A. I
I
hate
don't think they're the
their
worst, but
fries.
I'm with you where they're
They're
not that great.
so like bland.
Like
I guess I don't like a waffle fry maybe. They're just
Yeah.
kind of tasteless and like a little bit cardboardy.
Yeah, do you
But
like Chick-fil-A sauce?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, because I one of my thought processes is if your fries you need a sauce to like enjoy them, then they're not good fries. If that makes sense, right?
Wait,
So
if you
like if
Oh,
like a
oh, I
lot of
see what
people
you're
will get
saying.
it
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they
yeah.
love Chick-fil-A sauce, so then they could dip the fries in
I
Chick-fil-A
see what
sauce.
you're
That makes
saying.
sense.
Yeah.
So like I personally enjoy them to like a little bit, but they're like not they're far
What's
from
your
the
least
best.
favorite then?
I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Maybe again, In-N-Out I've only ever gotten cold fries, but cold
Wendy's
fries are
fries are
terrible.
pretty good.
Wendy's
In-N-Out
fries are pretty
fries
good.
I don't like unless they're the animal fries
Mhm.
because they're thin. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they're not great. I think I've mentioned
Burger
this to
King
you
fries,
before.
I don't remember. I
They're
bet they're
fine.
fine. Yeah.
But I've made one night I went around drove around and like
Right, you did a tier list.
yeah, we
Oh, didn't you
tried
put
10
Wingstop at
places.
the best?
Wingstop was the best, Five Guys was
Wingstop fries
second.
are really good.
Five
Oh,
Guys are the
I thought
same.
you were gonna say that McDonald's is number one.
No.
Those are good.
McDonald's are amazing though. I think that was third. I need to find the
What is
thing.
Cane's? Do they even have fries? I mean, I bet they do, but I don't think I've had them.
They do, but I think they're fine. They're nothing
Taco
crazy.
Bell fries, pretty good.
They are actually really good. The
Yeah,
nacho cheese fries.
they're like better than they should be for a taco restaurant.
Okay, I cannot find the thing. But yeah, Wingstop was first. They're basically Five Guys, but they're just spicier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you like Wingstop fries, you'll like Five Guys.
You like a
Five Guys
crinkle
fries.
cut fry?
I am fine with them.
Okay.
Let me look up. I need to look up all the fast food places. I need to see that in my head. Fast food fries images. Okay, here's one. It has Sonic, McDonald's, Dairy Queen, Popeyes,
Okay.
I think,
Okay.
KFC, Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, Five Guys, Arby's,
Arby's
Burger
fries are
King.
great. I love
The
Arby's
curly
fries.
fries are really good. Honestly, you might
Yeah.
be right. Chick-fil-A is at the moment the worst one I can think of,
I mean,
but I like them. I'll still eat them.
I genuinely don't know if I would eat them. Like
Like,
if there's an extra thing of fries, like we go get Chick-fil-A and there's like an extra thing of fries,
mhm.
I might have like one, but I don't think I'd eat them. Unless I
Well,
was hungry, then I'd eat them. But like if I'm not hungry,
if I'm gonna get a side at Chick-fil-A, I will always get the mac and cheese. Like it
that's
is so
good
much
mac and
better than the
cheese.
fries. Yeah.
But the last couple times I've had it, there have been hairs in them.
What have you considered it being, Winston's?
No, because it was like I was at the restaurant.
No.
He is far reaching.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. It'll be a plate we haven't touched in 10 years and it'll have
Yeah.
hair on it. Yeah. Dang.
Okay.
I guess, yeah. I can't think of any other place.
What'd you like about Fallout? What made you like it so much?
I thought it was interesting story.
Yeah.
Very like the universe is just so fun.
Oh
Obviously,
yeah.
it's dark at times, like aspects of it, but it's just told in such an interesting way. For the lack of a better word, the vibe is great.
No, that's the only good word for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I liked it.
Yeah, the aesthetic is great, all that kind of stuff.
I didn't love it.
How far did you? Oh wait, you finished it.
I finished it. Yeah, yeah. I finished it after you did, but I don't know. I'm trying to think. I had written some notes down, but I don't remember what they were. It's okay. Doesn't matter. I like the ghoul.
Yeah. Well, Willie Googlins,
Love the goggles.
Walter Goggles.
Walton
He
Goggins.
he did great.
Yeah, he's such a good actor. He's in Predators. Fun fact.
Oh, is he the Predator?
No, plays a rapist.
Oh, damn, that's not good. Don't
Yeah.
do that, folks. You
No.
heard it here first. But I told Emma earlier that they actually had to CGI what's his name? Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins. They had to CGI his nose on for those scenes, and that the ghoul scene was actually his face. And she was very confused.
Because she knew
She
you were
believed me
lying
for
to
a
her.
while.
Oh, she did. Man, that
And then
guy's
she was
great.
like, "Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense."
I do like how one reason that guy is so much better, not bet, like so much more skilled than everyone else in that world is because he's probably the only one who got like really solid military training.
Yeah.
Because like he was in the military before he became a ghoul, but he's like wiping the floor with the knights who are like military-esque, but they didn't get like Navy training or Marine training or whatever the ghoul was.
Yeah.
So it makes sense why he'd kick the shit out of him.
It does. I like, yeah. No, I thought all actors did a really good job. I don't think there's anyone
Yeah.
I disliked, and the
No,
story
me
was
neither.
fun.
Yeah. I like how Lucy, is her
Lucy.
name? Lucy is just playing, and she plays this super well. Like a very naive person from the vaults
Hmm.
at it. Like she is trying just so hard to keep up her attitude and like just be positive. But the world around her is just kicking her left and right.
Yeah.
But she does such a good job. Like you see her like struggling with that and feeling conflict when, she has a choice between doing something easy but wrong and doing
Hmm.
something good. Yeah. But at the
Yeah.
same time, like she's naive in that sense, but they didn't make her out to be like incompetent or like, I don't know, like a damsel in distress. Like she's very capable.
Yeah. And they
And it,
showed that like she's literally lived in a vault. She has so much free time, nothing to worry about. So she was able to train and all these kind of things.
right. And then she just, I mean, she doesn't thrive out there in the world, but like,
So
despite the fact that the world is out to get everyone, basically, she's fine. I mean, she got attacked by that fish,
yeah,
but
that
that's
was
okay.
a creepy looking axolotl.
Yeah. I like that guy from Superstores in it. The guy with the little mustache.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I took me a while to figure out what I knew him from.
I had to look it up.
Yeah.
So I was like, I know you. And so I looked and he's in Superstore.
No, I
But
liked him a lot. I also liked Lord Titus when he got attacked by the bear and was just running away really slowly, just going. "Fuck, fuck, fuck, fuck."
those nights, I asked you this question, but this could be a second thought, baby. How many of those do you think it would take to take down Iron Man by himself?
Oh yeah, so many.
Because those things are like you see Maximus, is that his name?
Hmm.
You see him when he first puts on the suit, like kick a boulder or like a pretty big chunk of rock through a like house,
Hmm.
and then it like goes over the horizon. But they're slow, and I mean they've got a pretty obvious power source.
And a very big weak spot that I'm sure Iron Man would see immediately because he has like
Yeah,
the little Friday scanning everything.
and those things can fly, which I didn't realize until the end when
Yeah.
the guy from Dune,
Or he
Kyle
booked it.
MacLachlan, he
He
flew
booked
off.
it.
Yeah. I don't know. I at a certain point in that show or that season, I was like, can we stop flashing back to the ghoul before he was ghoulified? Because the cold open to the season I thought was really great, like really affecting.
Hmm.
Phenomenal start. But then when we're cutting back to him before and you find out like, oh, he's the face of the company. He's the
Yeah,
one who
he's
did that
Vault
thumbs
Boy.
up thing. And I was like, okay, I get it now. He's an actor. He's doing this shit. I don't find this interesting anymore. I want to see what happened to him after the nuke. Like
Yeah, I agree
I
with
want to
that.
see how we went from like Pretty Boy Walton Goggins to a ghoul. But I mean, I'm sure we'll get that eventually.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know how do people turn into ghouls? They just get injected with that thing?
I don't know. I'm sure there's in universe lore,
Because
obviously.
that
Because we've seen it happen to the one guy, but there's no way that happened to everyone.
right? Because you Walton Goggins he'd have to get that immediately.
I
Because
think
I
it
imagine
might be radiation, just period.
maybe,
Because
yeah, I guess.
they were talking
Because
about how Lucy might start looking like the ghoul, and I assume that's because she had started getting like radiation stuff,
oh,
rads as they're
but
called.
at the same time, there are other ghouls who are the zombies because they stopped taking the drug.
Yeah,
So he'd have to have started taking the drug pretty quickly.
yeah,
He's been around for 300 years almost. Like, I don't know.
yeah. I have no idea. I'm
'Cause I-
playing New Vegas right now, and I'm actually in a little facility with a bunch of ghouls.
oh, a ghoul boy
Yeah, and some of
house.
them are like sane, not trying to attack me, and I'm like helping them, and then others are feral, and I have to murder them.
Oh.
But then they get mad at me for killing them because they're ghouls.
Yeah. Do you think that when Wally Goggles finds his wife and daughter, they're going to be happy to see him? 'Cause I don't.
Well, the daughter's gonna be terrified, assuming she's like cryogenically frozen.
Right. I think they're both going to be terrified because I was kind of picturing what happened is the ghoul before he's the ghoul. The bombs go off. He gets the daughter to whichever compound,
Vault. Yeah.
yeah, vault that they were supposed to go to, but they don't let him in. They take her, but they don't take him because they at that point had been divorced.
Yeah, maybe.
So then I think he's stuck out there. But
That would make sense.
I don't know. I didn't know there were ghouls in the Fallout world.
I remember there being some. Well, you never got out of the bunker.
No, I didn't. And there weren't any ghouls in there.
Yeah, but I remember there being ghouls, but I don't remember anything about it. I don't remember any lore from Fallout 4.
Did
So I
Did you know that
everything
the
was
ghoul
new.
was Fallout Boy? Was that in the game? That Walton Goggins was Fallout Boy?
No, after watching the show, like I figured that out. I assumed pretty quickly when he was an actor and stuff, but
Why do they make see that's a fun little Easter egg. If that's even an
mhm.
Easter egg, it's just like a plot point, I guess. But why did they make the little cartoon version of him blonde.
It might, the
Like
cartoon
what?
version might not be,
Him?
yeah, based off
Oh,
of him, but it might be like his thumbs up. They were like, oh yeah.
okay.
Because I know the thumbs up, I want to say is a reference to like what they say in the show, where that'll tell you how far away the thing is.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, I think that's why it has that, but I could maybe that was something they decided on later.
I also like how in that world Maximus doesn't understand what sex is.
That was a really funny scene.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to talk, like he doesn't know how to flirt. And I really liked how immediately Lucy picked up on what he was trying to do when they're sitting in that vault and Maximus is like, "You smell good." And she's like, "Oh." And then I was like, "Oh, that's great.
Yeah, no, I loved that show.
Why don't you marry it?"
I would. I would
Could
marry
we,
Walton Goggins.
you could be Rhystopher Goggins.
That'd be wonderful. He's going to be, at least for us and probably some other people, he's the next Benadryl Cumberbund, where you just say two words that start with W and G, and it's just him.
He's been around forever, man.
Well, yeah, I meant like word wise,
Oh,
because like Benedict Cumberbatch is the you just say two words that start with B and C, and you know you're supposed to know that's Benadryl Cumberbund.
all right. Well, Walton Goggins could be Whistle Goose.
Was it? Yeah,
How was that? Was that good?
it works. Yeah, you just say any two words that start with WG, and that's meant to refer to Walton
Okay.
Goggins.
What'd
Wally
you think of
Gog.
the X-Men episode? I watched it.
It was good, but it wasn't anything like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I
I
knew it
wasn't
wasn't
expecting
going to
to see
be.
the Shi'ar or
And
Landra, but I was really excited because we were like,
or
we
for
just talked
Charles
about
to be
this.
alive.
Well, yes, that was surprising.
Yeah, but I like the Shi'ar. I like their little hats. I like how her hair is
Yeah,
the same as her hat.
I do too. And I like
It's like how
Gladiator. He was
Wolverine's hair
sick.
is the same as his hat. Yeah, Gladiator's great.
I enjoyed it. I assumed, well, since the title of the episode, I assumed they weren't going to handle with the ending of the last episode because it was the part two of the storm thing.
Yeah,
But that seems like an interesting way to do the show, I feel like.
I think that's how they've always done it, from memory
Okay.
at least.
Like X-Men specifically,
Oh yeah,
or
X-Men, the X-Men show from '97.
they have like a serious thing and then they give you a little break, which I
Yeah, it's
guess
just
makes
like
sense.
it's things happen in sequence, but they're not necessarily like back to back to back. But or they are, I don't remember. But I do know they do a lot of like two-parters, three-parters. Like I think the Phoenix Saga in that show is like 5 parts.
Mm.
So like they really do well with that sort of thing. And we got to see Storm get her powers back. I don't know what happened though, if I'm
I
being
didn't either.
honest.
That was kind of very confusing for me.
Yeah, I was not really paying attention. I was texting you reactions, talking about Lil Andrew's little hat.
No,
Yeah.
I keep debating because this is probably not the best way to think of a show while you're watching it, but I'm like, I don't know where this is going to end up at my on my list because it's so well made and I'm enjoying it so much and the animation is incredible.
Yeah.
But then I feel like you have these epic moments like the previous episode, and then you kind of have this kind of like entertaining, but like I wouldn't say like great episodes
What do you think of
kind of
that
just
video game
nonsense.
episode?
I thought it was fun.
I like that a lot, but
Yeah,
it's like really lowly rated. Not lowly, it's
really.
like not as highly rated. And I read some reviews because I like looking to see how mad people are about how woke, quote unquote, X-Men is getting.
Yeah.
But and people were like, how is this episode so highly rated? Like it's just about Jubilee doing a video game. But I'm like, yeah, it's cool though. It's
Yeah,
a
it's
fun.
fun.
I like
Yeah.
Mojo World. It's a lot of. I think that's his name.
So I believe
He's,
so.
he's that weird slug man.
Yeah, I don't like him. I hate his look, but that's kind of the point.
Yeah,
He's gonna give me nightmares.
that's okay.
I don't even get nightmares really, but
Well, now
yeah,
you'll have at least one. I don't know. I think it'll probably end up pretty highly on your list. You're a bigger fan of it than I am.
I think so.
I mean, I like it.
I'll see how the last few episodes are because we have one more or something like that.
I'd say, I don't
Three?
know, 1 out of every 2 episodes is great. I really enjoy
Yeah.
it. But there hasn't been any I dislike yet. Did you hear
Yeah.
about how the guy who wrote on X-Men 97 got fired from Disney?
Why?
He was kicked off season 2. I don't think they gave an actual reason or like a public statement,
Hmm.
but I think they found out he had an OnlyFans. And I don't know if this is even remotely true, but people have theorized that. I don't know
Okay.
if that guy has an OnlyFans or what, but like that's not your business, Disney.
Yeah, unless he's over here advertising it at work and stuff like that and using
Right.
Work
Or
in
there's
some way
like
to
a
do
link
it,
to
but
it in the show somehow. Like it's
yeah, like
fine.
that would be bad. But if he's just doing it on his own, keeping it
Yeah.
like down low and stuff,
Yeah. It
and
means
you do
I'll
you,
never work
man.
for Disney. Because I have an OnlyFans called Only Rand's Hands. They're not gonna appreciate it. They're gonna think I'm some weird perv.
But you're not the perv. The people paying for it are the perv. They're the
Yeah.
pervs. You're just
I
taking
don't
pictures of your hands.
why don't BuzzFeed people just go to OnlyFans? Such an easy fix. Yeah, I'm gonna look into this later because I am so surprised by I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm surprised that it is happening,
Mhm.
but like a posteriori, I can see it. I can see the
Division.
steps.
Yeah.
I don't know. People are petitioning for that. I think he's the head writer for X-Men 97, but for him to
Mhm.
come back.
Yeah, I don't want like
And
them to
unless he
immediately
did
ruin the
something
show.
like genuinely horrible, then don't hire him back. But like if the OnlyFans thing is the reason they've kicked him off, like not only did he get fired, but I'm pretty sure he deleted all of his Instagram. Like he disappeared off social media too. So maybe they killed him.
Oh, damn. I
Allegedly.
think
Disney, do not come after me. I am really good at karate.
yeah, it's actually really terrifying.
Yeah,
If
you
I
should see
go,
my karate chop.
yeah, you can't see it, but I actually have a scar in my head from when I made fun of his hands and then he karate chopped me.
Yeah, that's why I have an OnlyFans called Only Rand's Hands, just me karate chopping various things.
It,
It's intrinsically not sexual, but people get what they get from it, you know? Like, I can't control a person's reaction to me doing karate.
yeah,
I
you're
can only
just
control who I do karate to and for and on and where and who and what and where and why and how. Did you look it up?
no, I didn't.
I was filling time for you.
I tried to, and then nothing came up.
Really?
I mean,
I
I
don't
just
remember what
said
his name is. I can send it to you. Or I don't even know. I have no memory of details for this thing. Are you gonna watch Rebel Moon?
no.
Okay, I'm gonna watch
Okay,
it.
maybe.
No, don't watch it.
If you want it to be the topic next week, I'll do it.
No, don't. I mean, you can if you want. I don't care. But I'm going to watch it. I'm gonna
Okay.
force myself to watch it, and I'm gonna force myself to rewatch the first one, and then I'm just
Okay.
gonna fucking talk about it. So if you don't want to watch it, that's fine. Bo DeMayo.
Yeah, DeMaio.
Oh, he wrote Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. It's a great show. I
Wait,
haven't seen
okay.
The Witcher though. He also wrote that. Everybody. Moon
According
Knight.
to Jeff Snyder, Bo DeMaio was fired in part due to being difficult to work with.
Do they give what? Do they give it any reasonings
Uh,
or like what he did?
I don't know. I don't see any evidence.
He's worked for Marvel before. He worked on Moon Knight.
Yeah, some people saying there are rumors about him being abusive to the other writers, apparently.
Okay, well, if that's true, then yeah, don't hire him back.
Yeah, that's a very different situation.
Yeah, but if it's the OnlyFans thing, then Disney just stop. You know, Zack Snyder said that he's already planned out 6 more Rebel Moon movies, and
This guy thinks he's Avatar.
and he
Avatar is really
said,
good.
and he said that he hasn't decided if they'll each be 2 parts or not yet.
So he might make 12 more movies.
Oh my God. Netflix, the article I read about this, can't remember who published the article, sorry. But
Yeah.
they said that it's going to take a miracle to convince Netflix to do that.
I mean, neither Rebel Moon movie got that great reception, right?
No, I think on average it might have like a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I know the first one. I mean, the first one came out longer ago. It has a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 5.6 on IMDb, and 31% on Metacritic.
Yeah, look
Not
up.
that that means if you watch it, you'll not enjoy it, but it
You know,
means
I'm going
it's
to
not
say
very
something that
well
might
received.
surprise you.
46, 5.2, or the second part.
46?
Yeah.
For Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, for the second one.
Is that critics or is that
I don't know.
audience?
I just used the internet. Yeah.
Okay, hold on, because I checked last night. Unless it's probably gone up
I'll look
or
at it.
it's gone down. I can
It's 18% critics,
critics.
47% audience.
Okay, well that's not bad for audience. But
Yeah.
wait, so the last one when it was like 20%, that was audience.
That was audience, which is a very hard thing to do, I feel like.
Yeah, audience is I don't know.
Easy to please.
But they also people will review bomb a female-led superhero movie.
Oh, wait, no. 21% critics, 57% audience.
Oh, so it's almost fresh.
So I don't know why one of them showed me
That's
critics
weird.
and one of those showed me audience.
Okay, I'm going to say something that might be surprising to you and our listeners. I don't like Zack Snyder as a director. I don't like his movies. But that being said, I like that he's just fucking making shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think what he makes is very good. That's my opinion. But I do like that he's just going for it.
Making what he wants. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like just making what he wants. Star Wars says, no, we're not going to make your movie that's a ripoff of 100 different things. But like, he's like, fuck it, I'll do it myself. And I like that. Like, I want him to keep making movies. I think he should.
Yeah, I prefer that than like studios having so much control you never get to actually get creative stuff. Even if not saying like everything Snyder's gonna make is creative necessarily, but that it's his it's him being like what he wants. He wants.
I like that and I think that the fact he has a fan base is good. You know, he is making movies for the people who like his movies, and that's what he should do.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, his fan base needs to shut the fuck up. And this is where it gets rude. Zack Snyder, I think, has developed a pretty sizable ego surrounding the Snyder Cut,
Yeah.
which is fair because people did tweet that forever until it happened. And so it would go to your head. That would happen and it would affect you in some way. But when you release Rebel Moon Part 1 and concurrently with that release, you say, oh, there's actually a 4 hour version that's much better and like rated R. Actually, I don't know if he said that. I don't know if Rebel Moon's rated R or not.
I don't know.
No, I think it is because I remember there was people were like, why did you can make it you can make it rated R. Like it's
Just do it.
Netflix.
Yeah. It's PG-13.
Yeah. Like when he says like that's the same day it's released and he like throws Netflix under the bus and he's like trying to get hype for another Snyder cut for the director's cut of a movie.
He could have just released, yeah.
Like you are not constrained by length in terms of a streaming movie. Like, yeah, it's less likely people are going to watch a 4 hour movie, but if that's what you want to make, then make it, man. And if it's better, then put that out. Like, who is like, I'd be curious to know who at Netflix is breathing down his neck, making sure that his Star Wars ripoff is PG-13 and not 3 hours long. I think he just wants to continue that weird hype from his fans.
I think he just used it as a comeback. Not a comeback, but when people started disliking it, he was like, oh, don't you?
Yeah. Like, do you know people? Like, it's like he knew people were going to dislike it to begin with. Like, if you knew it was bad, but you have a great version coming, the fuck are you doing? Like,
Do you think
that doesn't make any sense to me.
the 4 hour version is just the two parts combined?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I
I doubt
don't
it, but that'd be
I
funny.
don't remember the quote, but apparently, like the longer version, like really fleshes out the world and I don't know, builds and makes the story infinitely better, which might be true. That's not how it worked for the Batman v Superman Ultimate Cut. Made it slightly better. That the deleted scenes from BVS confuse me. And again, one of these days I'll just make a video where I let it all out.
Yeah.
For 4 hours, just me alone in a dark room, crying and yelling. But there's a plot point in BVS where Superman goes to court
Yeah.
because Lex Luthor has faked a bunch of deaths in the desert.
By Superman.
Yeah, he didn't fake the deaths. He framed Superman.
Yeah.
Having done that. And in the theatrical version, all those bodies were shot with guns and bullets, which is something Superman does not do. Or use.
One. Yeah.
Yeah. But in the ultimate cut, after those bodies get shot with bullets and guns, someone takes a flamethrower and sets them on fire to indicate, like, oh, people think that he heat visioned these people. Why would you cut that out? Why would you leave that part? Like, cut a different part out of the movie. Cut the Jimmy Olsen part. You just murdered him for no reason. Get rid of that. Put in the part that makes the plot make slightly more sense. And I guess
probably
maybe
didn't think of it at first and then had to reshoot that and then was like, all right, here we go, guys, don't worry.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like maybe he thought that we as the audience would assume that those bodies we saw get shot with guns were later set on fire by the KG Beast. But why would we do that?
Was it actually KG Beast?
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Helen Mulvey.
Wonderful.
I think it was. He's in that movie. I don't know if he's the one who set him on fire, but I think he was.
Probably. He has like they didn't give him a cool little outfit though.
No, there's been a guy who gets exploded by Batman at the end.
Should have had a weird little mask.
Why didn't Batman kill Lex Luthor?
That one knows. So again, I think we've spoken about this. Many people have spoken about this. You can't introduce a killing Batman and not have him kill the big bads.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
We talked about the interview he did talking about why Batman kills and his weird statement about how it's protecting your god or whatever.
Yeah.
So many people, like comic book writers who've worked on Batman, came out and were like, no, this is wrong. Like, it's okay to have a different interpretation of a character, but like, if Batman kills, like, there's no difference between him and anyone else. So it doesn't really work, does it?
No. And all the stories are less interesting to some degree because once there's one, like every bad guy can only really exist once because unless Batman is constantly losing, he will just he'll kill everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's such an easy fix. I didn't come up with this. People have said this a lot. But you know the nightmare sequence, the only good part of that movie?
Yep.
That's not true. But in the nightmare sequence, and this is in the trailer, you see Batman snap a guy's neck. We should have known from the start, from the trailer, that he's going to kill people. But that's a potential future. It's a dream sequence, because there's a bunch of dream sequences in this movie. Just have Batman have a nightmare where it's a world that Superman took over. He's like some fascist leader, dictator sort of guy. He's got troops, and then he sees himself killing people. And in that moment, in that dream, he sees like, oh, if this happens, like I'm pushed to the point where I have to do that. I can't let this happen. I have to stop this guy. Like, don't have him kill, have him get to up to the brink of killing with people, like up with normal people. And then in that nightmare sequence, you see him cross that threshold. And we, the audience, know like, okay, so this is like worst case scenario.
Yeah.
If Batman is like going that far. But no, he just does it whenever he's feeling
That
like
does that does work much better, I feel like. Because
You know,
then it
another
gives more fuel to, or I guess reason to why he actually wants to fight Superman.
I agree. But also that movie, the start of that movie is incredible. When they do that Batman origin scene
Oh
again,
yeah.
love it. No, but when it's Bruce Wayne running into the Metropolis fight, like he's running through smoke and falling buildings and debris,
Mhm.
that's fucking cool. And then you see him looking up at Superman and Zod, and you see his anger, and you understand why he has to, or why he feels he needs to stop this guy.
Yeah.
But then they just muddle the rationality for 2 more hours where it's like, well, also Lex Luthor is making tricks and stuff. Like
He's
you don't
shoving
need
Jolly
to-
Ranchers in people's mouths.
Oh, what a weird scene. Cut that out. Put in that flamethrower scene, cut out the Jolly Rancher thing.
Yeah, but
Or
then we don't get to know why Lex Luthor likes Jolly Ranchers.
or cut out that scene where Superman is in the Arctic and then he sees his ghost dad talking about that time he made a cake and diverted a river. What was that? Remember that?
No, I don't. I remember
Look it
the
up.
dad. I just don't remember what
Superman.
he talked about.
He talks about it's some story where when he was a kid there was like a lot of rain, so he was diverting a river so it doesn't flood the house, but then he accidentally floods like a barn and all of his horses get drowned. Then he eats a cake. What was that? I don't
I
understand
don't
it.
know, man. I don't know.
Maybe it's just too many themes and too artsy for me.
Yeah, maybe it just flew over your head, man. It's okay.
Like I could probably there's I mean Superman, it's like is it hinting that Superman is diverting the river, thinking that he's saving the world by killing Batman, but he's diverting it to a place that it's gonna kill him or his horse. Or maybe he's diverting the river towards Batman when it really should go towards Luthor. And also,
Maybe.
was that a
I'll accept what you
hallucination?
said. Yeah,
What was that?
it has to be a hallucination. There's no other explanation, I feel like.
Look, people are gonna probably hear this and then be like, how did you not understand that? Look, here's
I
the
don't even
thing.
remember it.
That's what I was going to say. I barely remember this metaphor. I can guarantee this is me being an arrogant narcissist real quick. If I look up that metaphor and watch that scene, I'm pretty sure I could figure out what the pseudo-intellectual intent was behind it, but I can't remember it and just cut it out because what does it add?
Yeah.
Why was Superman there? Because he was sad because he was at
sad
court.
little boy.
Yeah, he was at court and the court exploded. He just stood there in the fire. He should just help people, which he does in the ultimate cut. Again, why did you cut out the part where he helps people?
Instead of just being sad and flying away.
Yeah, there's like a scene of him just sitting in fire or standing in fire, and then he flies to the Arctic and talks to his dad. You know, if I was in the Arctic and I saw my dad, I'd probably think I'm like freezing to death.
Yeah, but Superman had a comfy little thing on.
I think he had a hat on.
Yeah, so he's good.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scargiver, is going to be just as good as the first one, which, you know what happens in the first one? Did I ever tell you?
You did. I don't remember it, but
Nothing happens.
okay.
Well, okay. It's
We can discuss this in the part where we talk about the second
That's
part of
true.
the movie.
I do need to probably write it. I need to go back and watch it for it's gonna suck. All right, should we wrap it up then? I think we really nailed that topic that we had
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, we focused on it exclusively for once. We got through a lot.
We didn't stray. We didn't have any tangents.
Yeah, so you guys are welcome. We're
We didn't talk about poop for a while. We'll see if I end up cutting that out because I'm very curious. It's a curiosity.
Yeah, I
But
think
also
it's
it's
an interesting
gross.
thing to debate. It is gross
Yeah.
as well, but
It's
it's an
fucking
interesting
gnarly.
thing to debate.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, follow us on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Leave a review, leave a rating, preferably a good one, but whatever floats your boat. Look out for another episode of Old Movies Are Weird coming out sometime this week.
Sick.
Follow us on YouTube at Not Rand, TikTok, Not Rand's TikTok. I got banned from Tumblr, so I didn't do anything. I should probably reach out and kind of ask what's going on, but at the same time, that's something to do, and that sounds like a lot of work. Like it's one step I have to take to get it back, and that one step seems like a big one.
Well, you can do it. I believe in you.
Thank you. Thought baby. Return to when I was explaining the context behind this. I'll link to the time code below. But I knew a guy who ate a piece of dog poop off the side of the road on a sidewalk, dry dog poop for $20. Obviously, $20 is not enough to do that, but everyone does have a dollar amount. What is yours? Second thought, baby. What was it? I can't remember.
I also can't remember.
We had one though, right?
Yeah, you said it immediately after we
Fuck.
talked about it. So, go back to that part again. Time code and
Time code in the description,
yeah.
unless I forget. All right, say goodbye, Rhys. Wait, catchphrase. Good morning.
I'm offended by how early this still is.
That's my catchphrase. I just yell good
This is
morning.
Good morning.
And then there's a pause where you're slightly confused and then you do your catchphrase. All right, thanks for listening. Well, should we call our fans something? What about listeners?
That's good. I don't
about
think anyone's ever said that.
Rhystopher fans.
Lists.
We can have a rivalry. You know, the BuzzFeed Unsolved boys, they have the Shaniacs and the
Ooh.
Bugaras. Because his
We have
last name is
the-
Bergara. So you have the Rhystopher
Rhystopher. Okay.
or are you a Rhys fan or are you a Rand fan? Probably something better
a
there.
fan,
Rand aficionado.
a fishy rando.
Or are you
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it
Well,
out. We'll get back to your fans.
third
while you
thought,
guys-
baby?
Yeah, while you guys decide.
All right, goodbye.